Good morning, Packers fans. Aaron Negler here with your Packers Daily Chat from a rainy Green Bay, Wisconsin. As you can see behind me, it's a bit of a downpour. Just hit right before I went live, of course, because that's the way the world works. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are on this Monday morning. Happy to be with you. Sorry for the late start. Packers keep throwing curveballs. We got Matt LaFleur at 11:45 local time, and then there is a non-public practice. There is practice today, but not out in the open for prying eyes, but the media will be there. And then we hear from a couple players later this afternoon. And of course, we want to hear from Packers fans worldwide, because that's what we do. We're devoted to Packers fans around the world, connecting you guys, talking Packers each and every day here on Packers Daily. You know what I'm not, the other thing I'm all about is Underdog Fantasy. You guys know this. Underdog Fantasy is the best and easiest place to play fantasy football for big cash prizes. On Underdog Fantasy, you just draft. No need to worry about waivers, lineups, or injuries. Underdog handles it all for you. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app. Draft a season-long best ball team, and that's it. No in-season management. And you get a free $25 in bonus cash if you use the code Cheesehead when you make your first deposit, and you can take your shot at a $1 million grand prize in their fantasy football tournament. So get on it, people. Underdog Fantasy is where it's at. Good morning to everybody in the comments section. Hello, Matt. With some Bengals references in the chat to start us off. I like it. Good morning, Aaron Gonzalez. Hope you're doing well, man. Jeffrey Smith, what's up? Salud. Somebody get this guy a morning beer. No doubt about it. Hair of the dog probably wouldn't go over the worst right now. Brandy, good morning. Amos wearing the communication helmet. Good call. I think that it's a solid plan. Barry can move to the back porch now from the doghouse. Actually, it's Chris Barnes has been the main communicator. They have switched it up sometimes, but Barnes has been doing a lot of it. Tim Nagler, I am stunned at the number of people who are unfamiliar with electric football. Educate the people. Electric football was the bomb.com. Before there was Madden, before there were video games, really. Maybe Pong was kicking around. You had a metal field that you had on your table or whatever, and then you had these little pieces that you put on. There were 11 on each side, football players, and then you just flip the switch, and this electricity would go through the metal, and then the guys would like kind of move around, and you played football that way. Couldn't really design plays or anything, but that was electric football, and I was obsessed when I was a kid. Justin, thanks for the super chat. Jordan Love was the only QB who missed the basket throw. Is it time to admit he's a flop? LOL, Pappies. I love the internet. I love the internet. Has anyone showed up at camp noticeably out of shape? No, Nick. Not that anybody that leaps to mind. There's guys who haven't participated yet because they're on the NFI or PUP, but yeah, nobody out of shape that I've seen. Chris, thanks to the super chat. Will Rodgers try to influence any more personnel decisions before week 1? I doubt it. I think the Randall Cobb play is the main piece there, and they'll be on their merry way. But you never know. Maybe Brian asks him up to the office and asks about a potential free agent. I don't think, for instance, Rodgers was in on the Avery pickup. Just call it a hunch. I played close attention to the quarterback accuracy drills at Family Night, and Love didn't look too accurate. QB3 hit more nets than him. Paul, that means absolutely nothing. Thanks for coming out. Robin, thanks for the super chat. Just got through watching the Family Night watch party. Banky's giggle always makes me smile. Thanks for everything you guys do. Looked like a good party last night. Yeah, we had fun. Last night, Corey informed me. I got a little sloppy towards the end. I'm not going to lie. Game got away from me there in the fourth quarter. Everybody left, and I turned on Madden, and then Corey was cleaning up. And then literally after he was done cleaning up, I said, do you need any help? Definitely a foul on me. Michael, hi, Nags. Thanks for doing this. Will any other Packers be saying stupid this week, and how do you think fans will react on Twitter? Look, the Funchess thing I thought was handled well by all parties. Look, Justice caught it, put the video out there. Funchess, as soon as he became aware of the offensive nature of what he said, he put out an apology that was clearly not lawyered up, penned by his agent, what have you. Brian Gutekunst came out the following morning and made a statement about how it was unacceptable, and they have spoken with Funchess. Ryan Wood asked the question, is he going to be released? Brian said no, and that was it. I think everybody involved learned and grew from the really unfortunate incident, and that should be it. We'll see. Is Gary going to take a lot of snaps from Preston Smith? That's the hope, right? You hear Mike Smith talking yesterday about Gary and his development and how he's becoming a leader in the locker room and his growth on the football field. I don't think there's any question they got to get Gary on the field. And if that means at the, expense of having Preston out there, 100% that needs to happen. Rodgers is going to tell Goot to hire nags on the staff. That is 1,000,000,000% not going to happen. He's going to tell Goot to ban me from the press briefings, if anything. Thanks to the super chat. I'm going to butcher this name. Kawhi, Ryan. Thanks to the super chat. Could you see us using 4 wide receiver sets with both Cobb and Amari on the field? Yes. I don't think that's going to be a part of the base offense or anything, but I do think, we'll see sometimes some matchups where they think they can take advantage of the opposing defense. I do think it'll be a bit matchup specific. I don't think it's going to be part of the regular rotation, but yes, I could definitely see that. I think Love just needs to work on his footwork and the mental recognition of defense, and he could be a solid NFL starter. Yeah, of course. Yes, he's a young quarterback, and he has grown leaps and bounds since last year, but he's got a lot to work on. And the Packers are lucky that they get one more year of development for him, where they'll get preseason games, they'll get him running scout team during the week, all stuff he didn't get last year. Definitely. If 12 was still working on himself and Love was starting week 1, how do you feel about our starting QB right now? Ifs and buts, something and nuts. What is that they say? I'd feel good. Obviously, I wouldn't think they were Super Bowl contenders if Love is under center, but, they'd really have to game plan him up and try and kind of take the game out of his hands as much as possible. Could still win ball games, though. I'll tell you that. Michael, thanks for the super chat. Nagler, big fan. Am I the only one who worried about Love's throwing motion? It seems very long and slow. It reminds me of Bortles, which is yikes. I haven't worried about it because I don't worry about things that involve the Packers. I only worry about my children, but I understand the need to break things down each and every second and of every moment. Don't forget, Rodgers started out with a funky delivery. He turned out okay. A lot of ball game left. Austin, thanks for the super chat. Morning, Nags. I recently worked back to Green Bay from across state and seeing the behemoth going down 41 never gets old. Keep up the great work. Yeah, it's weird, too, because now that the South End Zone expansion got put on there and they have that huge G, you can see it from 41. There was a time you couldn't. That's why I was coming up Oneida rather than down Lombardi, because it's so big now and it's impossible to miss, obviously. But Oneida, you still get that feel. If you come down Oneida, it's on your left, and all of a sudden it still can kind of just spring up out of nowhere. There's houses, and then big stadium. I love it. Patrick, good morning, buddy. Just went your thought, Pappy. What's up, Patrick? Good morning. Hope you're well. Bonjour, as the kids might say. Peter, thanks for the super chat. What is one thing Packers fans take for granted about Lambeau compared to other stadiums? The tailgating, the proximity to the rest of the town, how you're not out in the middle of nowhere. You're right in the heart of, De Pere, Green Bay, Ashwaubenon, whatever. You're right here. You're right on top of it. A lot of stadiums these days are built out on the outskirts of wherever, in the middle of nowhere. You can get everywhere you need to from Lambeau. It's lovely. Saturday was the most fun I had listening to people talking about watching a practice. Thanks for checking out the live stream, talking about family night, obviously. Corey and I had a good time. It was really fun. Does Cobb start the season as wide receiver 4? I mean, he'll be on the depth chart. I don't know, 4, 2, 5, what have you. I think it'll be dependent on who they're playing, what they think game plan was. But, target numbers, I think that's going to fluctuate a lot from week to week. I kick ass 44. Thanks for the super chat. Maybe an odd question, but Rodgers seems to have a large wingspan. Do you think that helps him in a way, or am I crazy? A little bit. I think it helps. Sure. Long arms. As far as keeping guys at bay, so to speak, the wind up of the throw, the power behind it. It's all, as your quarterback, it's much more. I mean, people are so focused on releases, but so much of it is about your core, your hips, your footwork, where you get your power from. But every little bit helps, I don't imagine. What did I take from the Barry presser? Brandy, that man can talk. I don't know. I found myself drifting a lot when he was talking. He prattles a bit for my taste, but it's fine. Love isn't slow. He's smooth. I'll take that. I'll accept that answer. I don't think there's any harm in noting that he could probably speed up his delivery a little bit. I can't wait for the first preseason game and seeing Jordan Love play a game. Zach, I think you and a million other people, like he said, he hasn't played a game in like almost 2 years now. He's been on the shelf for quite a long time. I think he's excited. Packers are excited. Packers fans are definitely ready to pick apart every single throw. So bring it on. I think prime Randall Cobb would have been better in a Matt LaFleur offense over McCarthy? Maybe. I mean, yeah. Look, I know McCarthy's offense gets a lot of shit on, especially online. But it's not like they were sisters of the poor out there. They were really fucking productive. You go back to 2011, they were nearly unstoppable until the end of the year when they couldn't run the ball. But, and that was due somewhat to injuries up front. But it's like people talk about McCarthy's offense like it was like Adam Gase's offense. I mean, they were insanely productive. Now, obviously, Aaron Rodgers had a large part to do with that, obviously. But Mike McCarthy, Tom Clements, they helped build Aaron Rodgers in that offense. So would Cobb have been more productive with Matt LaFleur? Probably. But, it's not like McCarthy's offense was something to sneeze at. Corey, thanks for the super chat. Hello, Nags, from the belly of the purple beast, Minneapolis. Under LaFleur, is this team gearing up to be more focused on the run? Go, Pack, go. I mean, more focused. I don't know about that. I think the run game is the engine. It makes it all go. It makes the linebackers take false steps. It makes the safeties second guess their keys. It makes everything easier when you can run the ball. I don't think they're ever going to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but they want to be able to run the football because all of the action that works off of it is so much simpler when you're producing on the ground. Whether it's rollouts, whether it's straight play action, and we've seen Jordan Love be really productive in practice off of play action. Things of that nature are only going to help a quarterback, including Aaron Rodgers. It's no mystery. It's not a coincidence that he had this MVP season with a offense that was really geared at making every play look the same. A couple Sunday nights last year, they highlighted the fact that there's that action where they have either the tight end or maybe Tyler Ervin crossing the formation and Rodgers working off of that. The defense has to, really be patient and try and see, is this a run? Is this a pass? The more effective they are in the run game, the easier everything is in the offense. So is he gearing up to run more, like more numbers? I doubt that, but they have to be efficient running the football. Fred, thanks for the super chat. What is the one position or player you're going to be watching Saturday night? TJ Slayton. Let's see the big man hold up against some actual hitting. You get so little of it in camp. You get basically none of it in camp. Because if he can hit the ground running and actually contribute, they might be cooking with gas on defense. I think it'll be an even split on carries or vary on the game/opponent, Blake. I do think it'll vary depending on who they're facing game plan-wise. But look, you can get into the game and say, you drew up all this, you had all these plans to get Aaron Jones the football, and all of a sudden AJ just kind of feels it and takes over and starts getting productive. And then you go, okay, well, we're going to feed AJ. So, yeah, I do think it will be opponent-specific. But, that can be called off at a moment's notice if a guy starts feeling it. Where do I think Alexander is more valuable, outside corner or slot? On the field. Put him wherever. I don't doubt for a second you'll see him in the slot more than we have in the past. I don't think it's going to be near his regular kind of placement. But, yeah, if there's a number one opposing wide receiver that an offensive coordinator is trying to get away from Jair, having the ability to move him inside only helps. I mean, we want Jair on that guy. I'd much rather have Jair kick inside than have Chandon Sullivan taking somebody in the slot. This is matchups, right? But he's a boundary corner. He's really good at it. He's one of the best in the league. I think that's where it will remain his primary focus. So far, who do you see taking the left guard spot? Get that magic ball out. Thanks, Big B. Good to see you, buddy. Right now I think Runyon's probably just a bit ahead, but there's a long way to go. They haven't even played a preseason game yet. I think Ben Braden will still be heard from. But right now, if I were to guess, I would say it was Runyon's job. But that could change. Sarthak, thanks for the super chat. Have a great week, Nags. What are you looking forward to most at practice this week? Good question. I want to see more of the kind of rotation at safety when they put Amos down in the box. We've seen that quite a bit. And they have Henry Black out there. Let's see if they keep him there. And I'd like to see Shamar, Gene Charles, a little bit more. Hopefully he can get up with the ones, because I really liked what I saw from him in the slot last week. Maybe we can get a little bit more of that. He had some great battles with Amari Rogers last week. Has Amari been playing much with the ones? Justin, yeah, a ton. 100%. He's been doing a lot of the Tyler Irvin stuff that you saw last year as far as the jet motion, the orbit stuff. He's also played with the 2s and 3s, but yes, he's been running with the 1s almost every practice. Patrick, thanks for the super chat. When those AJ Shaw start? Patrick, I don't know, buddy, but I love you. Has Amari been playing? I've said that. Does Kylan Hill bring that may make him the third back? What does Kylan Hill bring that may make him the third back? A complete game. He's been productive in the passing game. The one question is pass pro. It always is with young backs. And we haven't seen much, if any, of that so far, just because they haven't had to. There's not much work of it in the team, and there have been zero drill work that I've seen. Maybe one day they did something, but it was just strictly technique-based, and there wasn't real hitting. So that's the one question mark. But outside of that, he's shown good vision. He's shown good ability in the zone scheme to put his foot in the ground, get upfield, hit that backside cut. He looks the part. It's just a question of, continuing to develop, being consistent, and showing you can do it when, there's live hitting, because that's the next step. Uncultured, what's up, buddy? Thanks for the super chat. Going to meet up with Grossi when he's in town, blessed by the almighty. Pappies. We met up. Tom Grossi was here last night. Love me some Tom. Is it Kingsley Kiki's time to ascend, Thomas? Jerry Montgomery, point blank, said he's going to blow up this year. So I can only take the man at his word. Yes, I think Kiki is going to have a big time ascension, so to speak. Patrick, thanks for the clarification. When the AJ Dillon show start? The AJ Dillon show on Cheesehead TV, Carry the G, will be the first Tuesday after week 1. So after the Saints game, that Tuesday evening, we will be carrying the G with Mr. Dillon. I do want to give you guys a shout out to my friends over at VINFL.com. That's VINFL.com. Look at that sweet Packers hoodie, that Acme Packers hoodie. You can get 15% off using code CheeseheadTV. Go to VINFL.com. And they've started to expand some of their offerings. I believe they got some other fun stuff for you with that same kind of look and feel. Take a look at VINFL.com and get your Packers hoodie and represent wherever you go. I'm going to have to get going, everybody. Can't thank you enough. I have to go across the street and get COVID tested, because every 14 days we got to get new testing done so I can be in the building. So I got to go do that. And then we'll hear from Matt LaFleur. We'll be at practice. We'll hear from players. I'll be back with extra cheese this afternoon. Can't thank you guys enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day right here on Cheesehead TV. Tell your friends and tell your family, Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack Go.